Hello and welcome to Embracing the Fight. I am Erica Lamar, your digital creator and host. And if you've been with me since January of 2023, you will know that Embracing the Fight is about normalizing the conversation surrounding physical and mental health issues and concerns. And I start out the conversation by telling you all about my journey through thyroid cancer because I feel like, every time you're able to tell a story, you're able to help someone else heal. So why would I want to keep all that goodness to myself? I want to make sure that others can heal like I did. All right. And if you are so kind and so gracious, I would love for you to log in to YouTube. I'd like for you to subscribe, click like, click comment, and share this episode of Embracing the Fight, the Winter Blues. Now, I know that I have 149 other episodes, and you can watch those later, but I would love if you would take this one and send it out because it talks about this time of year. All right. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, it's Embracing the Fight everywhere: Blue Sky, X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. The only difference is on Instagram is Embracing the Fight underscore. Now that I've gotten the business out of the way, let's talk about winter blues. So, when you think about, the winter, a lot of people will tell you, oh, I don't like going outside because it's cold. It feels terrible. My body hurts, everything hurts. And I can't do all the things I wanted to do because I don't have enough daylight. I don't have enough sun. I just can't, deal with all this cold. Well, did you know that the winter affects how you feel? It affects your mental state. So you can become stressed or you can be filled with peace, depending on how you handle the winter blues. But let's just talk about, the elderly. So when you think about the elderly, they don't necessarily get out and get to do, a lot of the things they want to do in the wintertime, especially like up in New York and Michigan and Wisconsin, places like that where it is snowing and it is cold. And you'll find that these people are having the most issues when it comes to their health because they don't have anyone that really comes to visit or comes to care for them. I'm not talking about those people that have kids and grandkids and big families. I'm talking about those people that are in the silent generation, the ones that are baby boomers who have outlived their children, who have outlived their grandchildren, or they never had kids and they never had grandkids. And they've always, kind of just worked and helped others and did things for other people. But now that they're at an age where they can't necessarily help anyone else, but they would love to have the company. They don't necessarily have it because, they don't have a family. They don't have the people that are coming, to them like they did when they were younger. So in order to help them avoid the winter blues, I know you got a neighbor. They're an elderly person and they're kind and you see them getting their mail and you see them walking back and forth, in their yard. Then wintertime you don't see them at all. Do you check on those people? You should because they're the same people they were when it was warm. Now that it's cold, they just, like you hear a lot of old folks say, we got better sense than to come outside and catch pneumonia. So they stay inside, but they will still enjoy your company. When a person carries compassion to a person's home, that's more welcome than any food or meal or anything that you could bring because love begets love. So there's also the flip side of it. Wintertime is one of the times that our elderly are taken advantage of because people realize that they're alone. They'll come in, they'll be nice, they'll be kind, they'll do whatever they can do to get whatever it is that those people have. And then they'll become their power of attorney and then they'll just leave them somewhere, to die alone. And people who do that, I don't want you to watch Embracing the Fight. I want you to turn it off and never look at it again because Embracing the Fight is about compassion and love. There's nothing here that says that we want to take anything from anyone, but we want to give and we want to be gracious and kind and humble and loving. And that's what I would like for you to do when you see your elderly neighbors. Let them know that they are important. Even if, you just go over and you tell them, hey, I want a history lesson. Tell me about, the old neighborhood. Tell me about things that you saw that have changed, vastly from what, we see today. Think about it. Now that, I've been home a little while, I've been riding around and looking at things, and things just don't look the same anymore. The same companies are not here anymore. A lot of the thriving, affluent neighborhoods have totally changed. Everything looks different, but with time comes a change. And if you were to sit and talk with those elderly folks, they could tell you, hey, yeah, I've lived in this neighborhood 40 years and I've seen it change. I've seen this, I've seen that. And all that takes is your time. All that takes is compassion. So why not give that today to an elderly person to help them avoid the winter blues? The next group of people that you really want to think about during the winter time is people who are grieving. Because one, they're already stressed out. They're already depressed. Now you're going to add cold and having to stay at home more often than not to their plate. That's not a good thing because grief comes in waves. And sometimes they need to be around people and sometimes they don't. But imagine not being able to get a hug or be close to someone to listen to what it is that you're going through or dealing with. That's why a lot of people get depressed or they commit suicide or they have mental breakdowns in the wintertime because they're not able to get out and be amongst people. Sure, yeah, you're right. They could pick up the phone and call someone, or they could FaceTime and Zoom. But you tell me the last time you got a call, it felt like a hug. Doesn't happen, right? A hug is the only thing that's, outside of medicine that I believe is a transfer of love that can heal from the inside out. So if you know someone that is grieving during this season, the winter season, please put your arms around them and let them know that you love them. Because like I said, they need it. Even, there may be moments where they might slam the door in your face 1 minute and then the next minute they just need a hug. I mean, be there for them because you never know, what they're going through and what it's like for them. Because say you haven't been through anything like that. And if you haven't been through anything like that, you just have to kind of accept what it is that they're going through. You have to take it at face value because if you don't, then when your time comes, it'll come to your remembrance. It'll let you know how you treated people when, they were grieving. It'll come back. But I don't want that to be, your story. I want it to be that you were compassionate, kind, you listen, you humbled yourself to a point where they felt safe to talk with you. All right. Then the third person is just this regular old person that's used to being out in the sun. They're used to getting out and doing things with their family. They're having a great time. They enjoy, the spring, then the summer, then the fall, but then winter comes and they, like fold into themselves. They're mean, they're not happy, they're always complaining about oh it's snowing, or, oh it's raining, oh it's cold, oh I wish I could go to the beach, or I wish all that affects an active person mentally. You become more stressed. You don't rest well. Some people, get depressed. Some people get mean and angry. Some people do things that are totally out of character just because it's cold. If you're one of those people, you have to be able to switch up the activities to allow yourself to continue to be active. You can join a gym. And if you don't want to join a gym, you can make a gym inside your home. Or if you are like me, you turn on YouTube and you just, do those little exercises and, get your exercise in and then get on a Zoom call. Talk to your close friends, talk to your family. Plan an event to where people can come to your home or to, the building or whatever of your choice, just so you can spend time with other people. Because when you spend time with others, especially those that love you, then you'll notice that your winter blues start to go away. And that's all this episode is talking about. It's talking about how to get past, the winter blues. Nobody says you have to be sad and in the house all winter long. You can get out, you can go to soirees, you can go to galas, you can go to church, you can go shopping, you can do all these different things. Just don't stay home and become a muted, sad version of yourself. That's not what I want for you here on Embracing the Fight. I want you to enjoy life and enjoy others because you just don't know, when's the next time you're going to see these people or if at all. All right. So thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch this episode of Embracing the Fight. And as always, I want you to have an absolutely amazing day.